Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame Tu Janakatmaja Purato Maruti Yasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam. Aturita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Dhanujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om. Salutations to all. So, in contemplation, what we try to realize is who we are not and who we truly are. Whatever we send in a quiet mind, that will go deep inside and it will transform us. So, in the steps, what we have learned of withdrawal, we learn to make the mind quiet using some alamban, some support at different stages. So, from the world outside, we first shift our attention to what? From the world outside to body, then breath, then mind. So you say this or this, heart or head. Then in the steps we invoke the Guru and surrender. Then visualize the form. Visualize the form. Then chant the mantra of the form. Till this, what we have done, till this much, all these steps are to make the mind single pointed. Make the mind quiet, withdraw from outside, etc. And now in that quiet mind, whatever we send in, that will transform our notions. Wrong notions will go. So you can apply this even to imbibe some values, or one can apply this even to change one's identity and destroy the wrong notions of who I am not. So suppose we say that the shloka that we just chanted, today we will use that in contemplation. Atulita Baladhamam. Who is Hanumanji? He is an abode of incomparable strength, immeasurable strength. So when we say Atulita Baladhamam, then we are sending the suggestion in the mind that may I have tremendous strength. Hema Shailabhadeham. He is golden in his hue, in his appearance. What does that mean? Swamiji, will I also have golden complexion after that? So may we transform our ojas into tejas. The physical energy may we transform into the spiritual glow. And gold is pure. What do you call that? 24 karat gold and all that, no? Weight is just 0.1 Purity, impurity may be there, but rest of it is purest. So may our mind be like that, pure. Hema Shailavadeham. Dhanujavana Krishanum. He destroys the forests of demons, negativities, all that. So whatever are the negativities in us, may he be the destroyer of all that. Jnaninam agraganyam. He is the foremost amongst the jnanis. So may we also have the jnan. What is the jnan? Is the Atma Jnan. May we come to awaken to the self. Sakala Guna Nidhanam. To know the self, the mind has to be purified, dharma has to be followed. And so one of the expressions of dharma is values. There are so many values which are there. One value at least we choose, that this value I will live uncompromisingly. He is an abode of all values and virtues. We can choose at least one. So Sakala Guna Nidhanam. Vanaranam Adhisham. He is the leader of all the monkeys. So our mind also is a monkey. You please lead our mind. Surrender. Vanaranam Adhisham. And Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. All this is there because he is devoted, has surrendered to Bhagwan Ram. So may we also have that bhakti in our heart. Vatajatam Namami. To that Hanumanji who is born of Pavan Devata, I prostrate, I salute. So this is a shloka. So in the quiet mind, we chant this shloka slowly and lift the mind to the state conveyed by these words. Imbibe these values. And that's how one transforms all the wrong notions in the mind. And so that's why in this practice, we are not trying to become thoughtless. Gurudev always used to define mind as mind is a flow of thoughts, like the river is a flow of water. So the quality of thoughts determines the quality of the river. The quality of water determines quality of the river. So same way, quality of thoughts determines quality of the mind. So quality has to become positive, inspiring, and all these words will help us to imbibe the positive, drop the negative. So the picture is very important. Form, values get associated with the form, and we imbibe the form and the qualities. So through contemplation, quality becomes positive. Then quantity becomes lesser. Because from random thoughts, wondering what have we done, brought it only to focus on certain thoughts. Quality improves, quantity reduces. Why should the quantity of thoughts reduce? But why? Why we are moving to single pointedness? Why can't the mind have so many thoughts? So for focus, clarity, dissipation should not be there. See, quantity has to be reduced because every single thought consumes energy. Every single thought can make us tired. And when the quantity is reduced, we conserve that energy. That energy is what we require to experience stillness, to turn within. When a thought arises, mind has gone out and it is expending a lot of energy, and in that process we lose touch with who we are. Many thoughts are extrovert. If quantity is reduced, then what happens? Quietude, when one attains, energy is conserved, and that is what we require to go deeper in contemplation. Steadiness in contemplation comes through that. If the mind is wandering a lot, contemplation can't be steady. If the quantity of thoughts is a lot, then the effort goes only in bringing the mind into the present. Then the deeper we can't go. You imagine a child, no? You want to feed the child. The food has to be given to the child. How can you give the food to the child? If the child is sitting, you can feed. If the child keeps running, every time the child runs, you bring it back and you feed little. Again, the fellow has gone out. Again, you bring. So, how much energy goes in that? That's what happens when the quantity of thoughts is a lot. That's why meditation tires some people. Why? Because wandering of the mind is so much. Then effort is going only in bringing it back every time. So some people get headache also. One cause is the quantity of thoughts is too much. There may be other causes. One has not slept properly, physical challenges are there, all that. But too much quantity. Today, one of the challenges is that so many young people have come and asked me, in the last 5 years, I have observed that much more than earlier. They say, Swamiji, how to reduce overthinking? How to reduce overthinking? Mind is engaging in so much thought because there is no anchoring, there is no focus. So if quantity becomes reduced, then stillness can be experienced. And in Vedant, most important is this. Why? Because this entire world we see and our perception about ourselves appears very real to us because of the quantity. Gurudev used to give the example of the movie. So what is a movie? Is it actually motion happening there? It is frames which are all still frames. Some 25-30 frames per second are being projected. So there's an illusion of movement. If you reduce the frame rate, then what will happen? Slowly one will see things happening in slow motion. And after some time you will not see only, you will see these are all just pictures. There is nothing happening there. Our mind is like that. Because the mind is very fast, the world appears very real. If the quantity is reduced, then one will realize, this is all jada vastu. The thought is inert. Sentience is consciousness. And this entire play is experienced by us only because of this quantity. At what a fast pace this mind is projecting. So reduce the quantity. So it's not merely for concentration. All that side benefits actually they are. If the mind becomes quiet, memory will increase, concentration will improve, focus, efficiency, productivity, all that will happen. But the real reason is conserve the energy, make it quiet, and see that the world actually disappears. Literally, samadhi avastha, world is not even there. Why? Because the mind is fully absorbed. Savikalpa samadhi means only one thought. In that, the mind is gone, absorbed fully. So, no experience of the world. So, quantity reduces. And then the third thing, direction. The direction has to change. So, we focus on the form in the mind here, in this place or in the heart, and hold on to that. Please remember this and this, or even the mala, whatever we use, it is all a support for some time till the mind has got trained. After that, we have to drop that support. Why? Because it will keep us tied to the body level, physical level. One has to drop. After some time, when we have attained a certain single pointedness, we put aside the mala and do the entire thing only mentally. In the initial stages, here you will feel a throbbing sensation and hold on to that throbbing sensation, because if that is there, one knows that there is focus here. The moment that is gone, the mind would have wandered. So initially we hold on to that. In the heart, you will not have any throbbing sensation by itself like that, but anyway, the heart is beating. If you touch it, you will know, but otherwise, the focus is there. So, both these, either of these, one can hold on to for some time. This will help to turn the mind within. Every time the mind wanders away, again one brings it back, so the direction we are changing. This ability to change the direction of thoughts is a very powerful ability. And we should, in psychology, etc., they say the mind is able to hold on to certain things and remove certain things. That is called executive control. So even when we do one thing at a time, we are focusing on one thing and the mind is freed from many other factors that otherwise it will keep in mind if we do more than one thing at a time. This ability of executive control is most crucial for absorbing anything, for the quality of the experience. And also, when we learn this ability to exclude what I don't want and focus on what I want, then only in spiritual life also we are able to realize the truth. So, this is what we do through the form: reduce the quantity, improve the quality of thoughts, learn to change the direction. And with such a mind, whatever we send inside, it will transform our subconscious mind, wrong notions, and we imbibe the values. So this is what we try to do and not just become shunya or thoughtless. So today we will use this shloka, Atulita Baladhamam. We will follow the same process as yesterday. Make the mind quiet, do the japa of Hanumanji's Mula Mantra, and then use the shloka to imbibe the values.